Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk about one of Aaron Terence Hughes' new releases. I've given this some great wearings. I've got a good read on the fragrance. And let me just tell you something about this before I get going. So today I'm going to be reviewing Aura from Aaron Terence Hughes. This is one of his 30 mls of the perfume concentration. £30 for 30 mils is a bargain. But at first, this was Aaron's personal fragrance. He would come home from work from a long day of grafting, making fragrances, and he wanted something that's light, airy, but I wouldn't call this very light because there is a little bit of body to this, on my skin anyway. But he wanted something that's chilled, relaxed, day to day. So at first, he would wear this fragrance and it wasn't released. Then he decided to release it, and I'm glad that he did release this fragrance. Yes, this was sent to me, but all faults are my own. This thing smells very, very nice. If you want to hear about this fragrance, stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne, and if you're tuned in, as always, thank you very much for doing so. That is right, today we are here to talk about Aura. This has been a pleasure to test out and wear. And straight off the bat, I'm going to say, this could make somebody's signature scent. I'm going to read you the notes and I'm going to dive straight in. Yeah, this is good. Right, you've got bergamot exclusively blended for Aaron Terence Hughes. That's up top. You've got lily of the valley in the mid, and in the base you've got amber, ambrette seed, sandalwood, ambergris and white musk. This is not an overly complex fragrance, but man, this thing is fresh, it's clean. That bergamot pops up top. A little bit citrusy. You get a little bit of a touch from the white florals, which bring in some sweetness into the fragrance. But it's not a sickly sweetness, it's more of a fresh sweetness, if that makes sense. And once this starts to dry down, musk creeps in. And on my skin, the more this dries down, it turns more musky, but it's always on the soft side. Like, the musk here is not heavy, dense, thick, because this is not a heavy, dense, thick fragrance. It's more on the soft side of things, but it does turn muskier. Once you start getting from mid to base, the amber throws in a little bit of extra sweetness, but it doesn't bring the warmth with it, because amber can come across, or ambery fragrances can come across warm, very sweet, a little bit thick. The amber here doesn't act like that. It just brings a little bit of extra sweetness into the fragrance. Now you start getting touches of that sandalwood, slightly woodsy, a little bit creamy, very lightly. And then the ambergris here, it gives this fragrance, it carries that freshness all the way through. On my skin, I wouldn't say it's a marine vibe, but it's got that kind of freshness to it, the ambergris has. Plus, it helps out on the musky side of things. But this fragrance, I'm going to say it again, it's not heavy, it's not dense, it's smooth, it's airy, and I wouldn't exactly say it's light, because when this thing first opens up, it pops off my skin. Like, the first half hour to 45 minutes, I've been doing 6 to 8 sprays with this, And for the first, I'd say for the first half hour to an hour, it jumps. It really does. When I've been spraying my arm and I move my arm about, I can get whiffs of it. And then as the hours go by, it does start to sit closer to the skin. And I've been getting about 5 hours of longevity with it. Now, to me, this is a unisex fragrance. It doesn't completely, because it's got a little bit of a woodsy touch once it starts drying down, but not to where it screams masculine. And there's definitely nothing really feminine about this fragrance. So I think this is a unisex scent, personally, myself. Great for lounging about, running chores, if you're chilling, if you work in an office space, if you work somewhere where you either want to wear a fragrance for yourself or you don't want to come across overbearing. This will be a great fragrance to rock. I was about to say to wear and rock at the same time. This would be a great fragrance to rock. Very good projection in the first half hour to an hour. Then it gives you a nice little scent bubble and it stays fresh, clean, a little bit sweet, got a little bit of an airy nature to it. It is a solid release. And like I say, I'm glad that he released this fragrance. I think that this will appeal to loads of people. Aaron Terence Hughes does some beast mode fragrances. He's got quite a lot of oud fragrances. So this is not his typical style of fragrance when it comes to that side of things. But it smells good. 5 hours of longevity. You can reapply. 30ml for £30. It is worth the money any day of the week. He did send me this, and I can tell you now, if I didn't like it or if I didn't have high praises for it, I would tell you. This is a great fragrance. And out of all my collection, not just because I've been testing it, like when it's been coming to bedtime, I've been thinking, what fragrance should I wear? And every time I've been going back to Aura. There's just something about it. Clean, fresh, pops up top. But anyway, that is my full review. This is a great smelling fragrance. Smooth juice of great quality. Right, let me know if you've tried this. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't, this is worth the money. I have to say it. If it wasn't, I would tell you. This is worth the £30. 30ml of juice for 30 quid. This is a no-brainer. Right, people, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for the support. Remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. Rock this and you will definitely be smelling good. I will see you lot on the next one. Cheers.